What's good, internet land? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome back to another episode of the No Skill Podcast. Hello. How's everybody doing? Real quick, random question. I want you to leave a comment down below. What is your favorite video game OST of all time? Mine is Tony Hawk's Underground 2. What about you?
You know, that's a real tough one. I don't have an answer. I don't.
All right, pass for now. Mando.
Fuck, that's tough. Basic Halo. It's good. It's epic. I like it.
Perfectly acceptable. Table.
Video game OST. I mean, anything from Elden Ring is just incredible.
Fantastic answer. And Mikey.
Burnout Revenge with Doug 2 being a second close. I'm currently listening to Liberate, which they overuse the fuck out of that game. I'm feeling the power.
Nice.
I take back my answer. Saints Row 2.
Saints Row 2 is also another good one. But yes, welcome to the podcast. Please leave a comment down below because for some reason I've been listening to a lot of OSTs. I wanted to know what everybody's favorite is. But that's not what we're talking about. We're going to talk about this lovely scene known as YouTube boxing. I've already snapped out of my chair, and it's been a minute.
So quick,
while I situate...
Wow, he situates himself. I'm going to throw in my favorite OST. And it's the first thing that came to mind, Divinity Original Sin 2.
You are speaking to me.
The Larian soundtracks, even Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, even them. Yep.
Mwah. Mwah. Brandon, have you heard the Baldur's Gate 3 lo-fi mix?
No, I have not.
Is that what you've been playing at D&D recently?
Yeah, I did. I played the full 2-hour mix.
Send that to me because that mix is pretty fucking hot.
Send that to me. Have you heard?
We'll put it in the group.
Have you heard the new track that they made for the new bad endings?
No, because I'm currently doing a very not bad ending, and if you say anything, I will strike you. I'm just so invested in this character.
I'm just saying, it sounds sinister, and I love it. Boris did it again.
Bleach, ominous Latin opera shit.
Like when that music plays, you know, it's something evil is happening in the scene.
I feel that. I need to check it out. I'm quite excited.
It got me thinking about fucking all these video game OSTs. Like the Mass Effect 3 OST specifically is pretty fucking good. And honestly, the Halo 3 ODST soundtrack is also pretty fucking fire.
Halo 2 as well. Halo 2 was good too.
Halo 2 is, I don't know, I've never heard it either.
I will say the addition of the Breaking Benjamin song was a nice touch. At least for me. I like Breaking Ben.
Breaking Benjamin's always fun. They're nice. They're enjoyable. They're the Sierra Mist of metal.
Boo! They're not metal.
Yeah, that's why they're the Sierra Mist. It's not soda.
Yeah. Diet Coke of evil.
Diet Coke of evil. 1 calorie.
I literally
not quite
put them
enough.
under fucking either the tags say alternative or new metal. That's literally all I put them in.
They are not new metal. They are alternative.
They're definitely alternative.
Bitch music is what they are.
Since we're still talking about OSTs, anybody have opinions on the most slept on OST in recent years, in my opinion, Cyberpunk 2077?
I was thinking about that about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that literally came into mind as soon as I was like, you know what? Another one's right after Divinity. Cyberpunk was awesome.
Say it, honestly.
Dude,
I thought he was going to say it.
I was holding back. I don't want. I've gotten the reputation of being that Cyberpunk fanboy. That's just
that's
the
why
white knight in the comment section.
Look, stick to who you are. All right.
I'm trying to take it off and like chill because I firmly believe that it could go from the goofy poppy range of pon shit to just the in-your-face Norwegian black metal that is acid breather so fast. I think that is a beautiful thing to have in an OST because it really reflects the over satirized market and like pop culture of the genre, and then the gritty brutality of all these fucking chromed out psychos with fucking robotic faces and heavy machine gun arms.
Yeah. I was also going to say, on the total opposite of that, like total opposite of OSTs, we should also just throw in the Fallout ones.
Oh my god. If you say crawl out through the Fallout in my house, we're doing the whole song.
The whole song.
The Fallout, baby. We can't do that. We can't do that.
And now, time for the introductions. As usual, I'm your host, DJ. Sorry for slob squatting, but apparently, me sitting in a chair the chair prefers me to be in the stratosphere. Next to me, to my left, your right, is Brandon.
What's up? We had a very nice conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Few minutes of just abject buffoonery.
Use take two.
Take two.
And then to my right, y'all's left, is Bando.
What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day.
And then next to him, our very, very, very special guest, the man who's still the reigning champion of the most appearances on this podcast, Table.
Oh, I'm happy to be back again. Always a pleasure to be on these.
And then next to him on the end, slob squatting with me, my brother from another mother, Mikey.
Yeah, we're here, ready to work.
You sound like a gremlin right there. Are you okay?
He's a
He is
goblin.
Not really. I am
Alright.
so high strung right now. You have no idea.
Oh,
But yeah, so
hit your pen.
hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of banter. Once again, sorry for the
It's
slob
empty.
squat and how weird this looks, but we roll with the punches. That's what we do over here. But now, on today's dossier bucket list thing that I want to absolutely destroy is the YouTube boxing scene, especially the upcoming bout. It's not taking place for another 2 months, but the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. This is why we have Table on here. Because Table, last time he was on here, talked about his boxing experience, which was quite intriguing to listen to. And now I want to get the boys' opinions, especially Table's, about this Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. First off, we're going to go around the table, no pun intended, and get everybody's opinion of what you think. Just a few quick sentences about what you think about this fight. Starting with you, Mikey.
Overhyped, lots of drama, and as much as I want to see this kid fucking get hurt, it's not going to happen because he's a little bit of a bitch, and there's going to be a lot of ridiculousness in the ring of this exhibition that can only end by knockout. But I don't know. I think it's too much of a spectacle, not enough of a contest.
Understandable. Now, next to him, Table, your thoughts?
I'd say I have to, mostly agree with Mikey there. I feel like there is definitely going to be some, real sport to this. It's not just like these two guys put a bunch of money together and they're going to tickle each other in a ring. Like watching Mike Tyson's training footage back. Although it's still 2 seconds and then it cuts to another 2 seconds. He still is putting in a lot of hard work, especially for his age. So regardless of the outcome, I think it's going to be entertaining.
And that's all we could ask for. Then, Amanda?
I don't know. Seems like a bit of a cash grab almost.
Oh, yeah.
Two large names just for somebody somehow to make some money. But also, if it's KO only, then, there's no real winning here. Either Jake Paul gets knocked out by an old man or Jake Paul knocked out an old man. There's no good title here for him, at least.
And then, me personally, I agree with a bit with what everybody's saying. I think it's a glorified spectacle, but it's not going to be the contest that everybody is expecting. But you have two mountainous names on the card: Jake Paul, the problem child, and Mike fucking Tyson, the most feared earbiter in the West. Okay, like that. So it's gotta be something. I just don't know what yet. And now, Brandon.
Honestly, I kind of didn't agree with everyone, especially Mikey. This shit's way overhyped. It's a spectacle, in my opinion. It doesn't scream legit to me. And on top of it, if there's anything that I want to take away from it, is that I at least want to see Jake Paul get his ass knocked out. But we'll see if that even happens.
Because before we actually tear this thing apart, because I know we can absolutely tear apart Jake Paul for a majority of this, because we've all said it basically, he's bitch made. But what's everybody's take on the YouTube boxing scene as a whole? What do you think about it? Do you consider it real boxing, or is it YouTubers finding another way to exploit and make and monetize something that they know absolutely nothing about?
Can I just say this right off the bat? It's not real boxing. It's just a cash grab. That's all they are. ways
And
to,
that's
ways
why I
for
want to get
these-
everybody's like individual
yeah.
opinions.
This my opinion is that these YouTubers basically do it for the clout, the money, and that's it.
Here, let me ask something. Paint, because I don't watch this YouTube boxing stuff. So paint me a picture.
So think of it this way: a bunch of YouTubers.
Such as.
Okay, so I'll give you the origin of how it started. It was these two UK YouTubers named KSI and Joe Weller. They had beef, quote unquote, and one of them at some point said, we need to do something about this physically. And next thing we know, they organized a huge boxing event where they had a card with other YouTubers on there that could fight people, and it's all to grab a bag. And then when it came down to Joe Weller and KSI's fight, they fought each other. It was probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. And at the end of the day, KSI wins. Nothing happens of it. They go their separate ways. They never talk to each other again. But KSI is still revered as, you're the original creator of YouTube boxing. When all that happened is he made a shit ton of money out of it. And so because they made a shit ton of money out of it, a lot of other YouTubers, I see a hand raised.
Mike,
Sorry.
you remind me, didn't KSI get put through a table like a WrestleMania or two ago?
Yeah, last WrestleMania, he got put through a table.
Yep.
Okay, I thought.
And then got radio. But your hand was
No, that was Extra Speed.
Yeah,
was
that
that
was the case.
I feel like Randy was not KSI also.
Anyways, I had an amazing thought, and because ICP, they're their own backyard wrestling thing,
That's
and have their own league
otherwise.
and their own federation and shit. Imagine if we can get them to start promoting a YouTube fight league, but it's like street beefs. There's no rules. It's in a fucking shitty chain link cage. There's like kind of a ref to moderate things. I'd be so down to start that
There's a
league.
crossover of YouTube boxing and Juggalo Championship Wrestling, because I would love to see Shaggy Judo take down a motherfucker.
Could you imagine?
Shaggy Two Dope is gonna powerbomb ISO Speed through a barbed wire table that's on fire, and it's gonna be 100% real.
It's not gonna be high profile people like that. It's gonna be like Max Mofo and fucking anything for views chat.
Yeah. I can definitely see
Anything
that.
for views chat is gonna come out like a knockoff of the Blue Meanie. I'm gonna fuck up everybody in the front row.
But I would love to see that. But before we get too derailed, so we've heard your opinion on YouTube boxing. We heard Mando's. I find it entertaining because depending on who's on the card, I will actually watch their boxing match. Because I saw, for those that are familiar with the YouTuber Brandon Herrera, a.k.a. the AK guy.
Yep.
He had a boxing match, and I'm a huge fan of the AK guy, and he did a bunch of vlogs and videos leading up to it, hyping up his fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then showing his training regimens of, like, this is what I'm improving on. And when he finished his boxing match, well, first off, he goes, me and the guy I just fought, we're having a beer after this. But he also said this is one of the healthiest things he's done in his life because it forced him to stop drinking, and it forced him to work out more and put himself in such a better and healthier position, both physically and cardio-wise. So that I can admire.
He was also humbled when Double Tap Eli, who's shorter, lighter, and scrawnier than him, whipped the shit out of him in sparring for like 6 weeks.
Because Eli Double Tap is quick and he's strong. Have you seen that motherfucker's biceps?
He's also been practicing martial arts his whole life.
His bicep is bigger than my head, and I have a fat head.
Nah.
I mean,
You have a pretty proportional head for a Ninja Turtle.
yeah.
Cowabunga it is.
Look,
By the way, leave a comment down below. Which Ninja Turtle do I look like? Trust me, there is a correct answer, and there are wrong answers.
okay. What I was also gonna.
I'll tell you which one he's not. Donatello.
Smart man.
Yeah,
Very
fair,
smart man
fair
right
enough. Yeah.
I respect him.
I was also gonna just point out, yeah, that is actually a good thing that comes from this. The only good thing I see from this is that all these YouTubers that are doing these training regimens and all that, a lot of them actually went for it and actually did proper training and regiments and all that. Hell, even Scarce, I remember that.
Mhm.
He got one.
Yeah, dude, I'm so proud of my
Yeah,
boy.
he lost so much weight.
He looks so different, dude.
The dude looked buff.
He even admitted during his win, he was still sucking it in because that's what he was so used to.
Yeah, but he looks so buff. He looks so good. I'm like, damn, my boy. He went for
the
it.
Lad, the legend, make another video. Come back, please. But also, moving down the line, Table, your thoughts on YouTube boxing as a whole, like in general?
Ooh, that's something. I think of YouTube boxing, I kind of split it down the middle of like, there's the events that are only YouTubers, and that's kind of funny to watch. Everyone's just wants to see their favorite YouTuber get their ass beat. But then the other side is like guys who started on YouTube who think that they can box, going and attempting to fight like other fighters, like usually not professional boxers, but sometimes.
Are you
Most
paying?
times it's MMA fighters.
Ignore it.
He can't.
I'm still lightweight confused. Are we talking like backyard boxing? Is this in a
No.
professional ring? Are we
It's
talking
in a
like
professional
bull-
ring.
like
It's in a
bully
profession-
beatdown status? Like, what are we
It-
doing here?
Oh, can we bring back Bully Beatdown?
So, oh, dude, I love that show. Sadly, Mayhem's in jail. But
Wait,
yeah.
what the fuck? He is?
Yeah, Mayhem was in jail. He's a wife beater.
He did a lot.
He did a lot.
Ooh. Bring
Yeah,
it back.
so-
Right to him.
It's a full-on production. Like, they actually ran out an actual venue, like an arena. It has a professional boxing match. It has 3 scorecard judges. Michael Buffer makes an appearance just to say the "Let's get ready to rumble" line. 10 counts and everything. So it's a full-on display and production that they put on. But
Yeah.
the problem is, the only thing that's separating it from being an actual boxing thing is it's YouTubers that have never boxed a day in their life. Some of these people are functioning on maybe 2 months worth of training before they go into a match.
Well,
It's also- Go ahead.
That's what I was kind of getting at there, is like on the side that's only for the spectacle, like what was his name, the guy from Game Grumps who went and fought at that, like, I
Yes.
forget what that event's called. I like that. I really don't like the fact that a lot of them are undisciplined, and it kind of puts like a bad kind of taste in your mouth seeing that type of boxing, like when you know it. But I get it, it's for entertainment. But then the guys like KSI and like all these guys who really think that they're good at it, even though they've never trained, that's what kind of bugs me. I mentioned KSI because, in my opinion, he's like the worst YouTube boxer. Like,
Tell him.
I don't know how he's won as many times as he did, but I don't think he should have won a single time. Like, I think I said this last time I was on. I don't know how that guy went through his whole like technical boxing career without ever being told not to like windmill his arm over to throw a punch. Like, it's kind of sad to see from like someone
those super telegraphed awkward punches.
No, dude, like when a match first starts with KSI, he's sitting there damn near doing jumping jacks in the ring, looking at his opponent. His hands are completely down, just chin presented. Like, yeah, here, hit me. It's right here, off switch. But
yeah.
to go off of what you're saying, I firmly believe it's because he's won as many fights because he's doing the exact same thing that Jake Paul is doing. He's fighting people that are in a lesser skill set than him, like the Mexican fighter that he fought that's now become a meme. The guy was skinny and he used to be a luchador. He never boxed a day in his life, and he beat him.
That's a
And
rough
then he
look.
fought a UK rapper named Swarms, whom wasn't trained. He had no training whatsoever. He was still flabby around the middle. He basically took 2 rounds to run around the ring to get away from KSI. Then KSI said, "Okay, let me end this now because people hate it." And so he just punched him once, and then the ref counted to 10.
Yeah, that's about it.
So he fights people of a lesser skill set, and so it's an easy win. He gets all the clout. He gets a big bag. The loser gets a bag, and everybody goes home.
Yeah, nothing against KSI either. I just don't think, I think he just should have had more training going into it. Like, he kind of just jumped straight into the deep end of a pool without knowing how to swim. You know what I mean? Like, just way in over his head for, I guess, his level, his, like, skill level.
Hence why now, after he loses to an actual fighter, Tommy Fury, and even then I use that term actual fighter very loosely, he hasn't been back in the ring since.
Yeah. So it's definitely a mixed bag when it comes to, YouTube boxing.
That's why, like, when it comes to the YouTube boxing, I'll watch it because there are some guys that are in it because they want to actually get the experience. It's something that they can learn and take away from, and then use for like later on in their futures. Then there's the rest where it's just okay. This is easy money. I just have to hype it up real quick, and then we have to punch each other for a couple minutes, and then we both walk away millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about the gist of the YouTube boxing scene for you, sir. So now you're caught up to speed. So going forward, we're going to let's talk a little bit about this Jake Paul fight. So Jake Paul, he's had a few fights ranging from YouTube boxers, then he moved on to professional athletes whom aren't boxers: Tyron Woodley, Nate Robinson, Ben Askren.
He
should fight people from the NFL. See if he can win one of those matches.
He should fight Butterbean.
Fight a hockey player. I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Dude, fight one of the Boston Bruins of the New York Rangers. You won't live.
Son, you need a mouth guard. I ain't got no teeth, ref. Holy shit.
But so, Table, I know you can do it on the fly because you don't have hands. But we were talking about this last night. Some of the stipulations going into this fight. Do you remember them, or can you find them real quick that we were talking about?
I can try and look it up, but I believe like we were kind of mistaken on that. Like you were talking about the rule of wearing 16-ounce gloves and only knockouts, but then Mike Tyson was on an interview a while ago and denied all of that stuff, saying it's just going to be regular exhibition fight, which would entail 16-ounce gloves, but he didn't really specify that, so there's definitely some rule changes, but I don't think all that stuff of like only knockouts would count, or if it makes it to a decision, Jake wins automatically. Like that stuff, I think was all just made up.
Yeah, to catch everybody up to speed, some of the alleged stips that were coming out for this fight were like Jake doesn't have to weigh in at a certain weight, but Mike Tyson does. Jake can wear headgear, Mike Tyson can't. It's going to be an exhibition match where there's no winner unless somebody is clearly knocked out, and even then it doesn't count.
Well, that's what an exhibition is. An exhibition doesn't go to the cards. Once the bell rings and the rounds are over, you're done. And the only way to win an exhibition is a knockout, but it's not a win on your record. It's just an exhibition.
Which I think is stupid. Like, if I knocked your ass out, I win.
That's why I'm not a fan of these celebrity exhibitions. Yeah, you can say, oh, I kind of did better than him, but the cards weren't there, so we couldn't say. If you want to prove you're better, have a real match. Have a point scoring system. Actually compete in the sport that you're in. Not just play it up and talk your ass off, especially when you clearly got rocked and Mayweather's holding you up because your ass is asleep.
Logan.
That may have been a very specific example, but I'm just, it's out there.
And like that's why I know he said there's no way that this looks good for Jake Paul. It looks perfect for him in an exhibition match where there is no winner or loser, because now his next video is I knocked out Mike Tyson, or if he doesn't do it and Mike Tyson kicks his ass and he doesn't limp away, it's I survived a boxing match with Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I hope he gets knocked the fuck out.
Because now you're in it with the bad man of boxing. You're dealing with Mike fucking Tyson.
He's up there. I still think Sonny Liston's terrifying, but Tyson's pretty bad too.
Sonny Liston, Mike Tyson, Butterbean, their knockout capability on a motherfucker's head is scary. I still reel from what Butterbean did to Johnny Knoxville against a backpack in a shopping outlet mall.
Is Butterbean okay?
Is Butterbean okay?
Actually, don't.
Yeah,
think
Johnny,
he's okay.
fine.
I think now he walks with the crutches and stuff.
Well, yeah,
he's been getting better. Did you see his recovery through DDP yoga?
I did see a bit of that.
He did DDP yoga?
Oh, yeah. Homeboy dropped like 65 pounds.
Fuck yeah, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like when you compete at the level of combat sports that Butterbean did your whole life, you're going to have a lot of wear and tear on your body, because he didn't just do boxing. He did MMA. He did kickboxing. He did wrestling.
And all
Like
that
that.
at his size too.
Yeah. Yeah.
As
I wouldn't want to.
someone, I was just saying, as someone who knows boxing, it's really funny to hear Butterbean and Sonny Liston mentioned in the same sentence, though. Like complete. Well, I mean, they're both strong, but Butterbean's strong because he's fat, and Sonny Liston's strong because he could knock all your teeth out. Like, you know, different types
kinds of power. It's like there are some people who just naturally generate a ton of power, and sometimes they're a little on the hefty side. Other times they're a $120 and they're just devastatingly strong, man. And they have the worst body blows. I can tell you that from experience.
You're talking about virtually every single Samoan ever.
I don't know a Samoan that was 120 out of high school.
Oh, and I looked up the rules, by the way, DJ.
All right.
Tyson a while ago was speculating it to be an exhibition fight, but the Texas Department of Licensing Regulations announced that it is going to be an exhibition fight of 2-minute rounds and 16-ounce gloves.
2-minute rounds? Nobody's going to be out of breath.
Well, yeah. I guess that's probably to look out for Mike more than Jake, if anything. In the age he is, I mean,
come on.
That kind of also goes into what I said with his training earlier, how, you know, he looks like he's doing really good, but the clips are only like 2 seconds long each. There's no telling how long was between those clips, you know?
Yeah. Oh, is he still training with
between the clips?
Cordero?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Cordero is one of the best striking coaches in MMA right now. Like, the guy's just got drills down to a science. So, if I had to guess, they're going for short bursts. They're not really banking on his 60-plus-year-old stamina carrying him to a win.
Because, like, even though it's, I don't want to say odds stacked against Mike to lose or at least no contest it, but I hope that this turns into a slobber knocker. Like, I want him to actually, I know this sounds malicious, audience, and to a degree, it is. Fuck that guy. I want him to hurt this kid. I want him to hurt him.
I want this kid to fuck around and find out in the most literal way.
I want this kid to lose a few teeth.
Yeah, how much shit is Jake Paul talking?
A lot.
It's just like how disrespectful. Like, I'm flabbergasted by this dude. Like, at what point you're challenging this dude that's just about 60, but at no point in your entire life could you challenge him on his best day and even hope to keep up. You're challenging him when he's been retired for however many years.
And his body is worn down, man.
Yeah, like, and you're like, at what point in your mind are you saying I'm a tough dude? Yeah, like, what the fuck's up with that?
But that's the thing when it comes to Jake Paul. He's going to pick matches based on where A, he has the best chances of winning, or B, he has the best chance of survivability.
Hence, he has yet to fight an actual young boxer.
Like, the youngest boxer that he fought was Tommy Fury, and Tommy Fury, he lost because he was getting rocked to the head, but Jake told himself, I can survive this match as long as I don't fall down.
Fucking coward.
Yeah, I think all these Paul brothers need a good humbling. You know what I mean?
That actually feeds in. I have a random question. If you had to pick somebody who's still in the circuit table, who would you pick as a good, fair match for, like, Jake's size and weight to be a really good, entertaining boxing match?
Oh, I think he's ready for Tyson Fury. No, I'm joking.
The Mack truck of a human being.
The Mack truck of a meme of a human being.
Oh, he's hilarious, man. I'm pretty sure I told you what his regimen was to train his jaw.
No.
He says he eats pussy 7 times a day to make sure his jaw's strong enough to hold off a knockout. He said that
testosterone training
in an interview.
Oh, I love that, man.
He's a clown, dude.
There's another interview talking about how he keeps his testosterone up and that he jacks off 7 times a day.
He's got his magic number. 7.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Oh, he's the fucking king, man. I don't know why it is. He just oozes charisma.
Isn't his fight coming up soon against Usyk, right?
I don't know, actually. There was talk of rescheduling, and I don't know what if they're pushing forward or back.
He had an injury in a sparring match, I think, like cut around his eye. So they had to postpone it, but I'm still waiting for that fight. That's going to be a really good fight when that comes around.
There's going to be some bombs thrown in that match. Like, absolute just knockout power strikes getting sent.
Well, yeah, isn't everything on the line there? Like, I might be wrong, but I think that was for the, like, undisputed heavyweight championship. Like, all the belts together.
Send it! Burn everything in the tank.
But...
Burn everything. Set it all on fire.
Torpedoes ahead. Ignore them. I'm a mess today, guys. I apologize for the mess.
But like, that's why when it comes to the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, it can go either way of like, is this all set for Jake to win, or Tyson can just surprise you, because all Tyson needs is 1 second where you're not protecting your head, and Tyson will take advantage of it. And even then, he'll punch you through your defenses.
Well, he's really good at opening up defense too. They drilled so many 1-2-3 combos that are literally body, and then as soon as your guard slips a little bit, right at the jaw or something to the side of the head, like he has serious technique for someone his size.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird situation.
Because I know, like when he first started doing the fighting celebrities, and not celebrities, when he started fighting athletes, it was Nate Robinson, who's a basketball player, has never set foot in a boxing ring ever in this motherfucker's life because he was a basketball player. And of course, you're gonna knock him out within the first round because he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, Nate Robinson quite literally put his hands right here on his chest and then started sprinting towards Jake like a fucking ostrich, and Jake hits him in the head and knocks him out because Jake has formal training. It ain't great, but it's formal training. And everybody's just like, that's a legit win. No, it ain't. That's like Dable, who is practicing boxing, punching a toddler and went, yep, legit. I won legitimately against that 3-year-old. Now, again, I'm not saying Table would ever punch a toddler. Please don't ever punch a toddler. Don't make me a liar.
I don't think I will.
Okay, good man.
On my schedule for this week.
But next week, though.
You never know.
Watch out.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
Arasaka Tower!
Arasaka Tower! I'm coming to get you.
I'm coming to kill you. Adam Smasher.
Oh, God. You know what's funny? There's a recording studio getting set up in the office directly across from me, and they're going to have the worst overlay of audio. And on this book, we're going to talk about the thesis of this and this, and they're just going to hear, "Oh, Smasher! I'm coming to kill you! And Arasaka Tower!"
A+.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we've shit on Jake for a little bit, and now I want to flip the script, and I want to talk about Mike Tyson a little bit, because we all like Mike Tyson around here, right? Yes. Outside of the certain having lunch in the ring incident, what is one of your favorite / coldest Mike Tyson moments? And we'll start with you, Green.
Oh, I'm trying to think of his name. He was the heavyweight champion, or no, he was shooting for heavyweight champion at the time. And I'm gonna look up his name while I'm sharing the story. But let me know if I'm coming through well or not. The long and short of it is, him and Tyson got into a fist fight before the match. And it was in a department store in the middle of nowhere in, like, I believe it was in New York at the time.
But it was a Kmart.
It's not. That's Cat Williams. Yeah, they had to postpone the fight because Mike hit him so hard he broke his own hands. That's how the fight went. I'm looking up the name right now. I don't remember homeboy's name? To draw on a
That was
blank.
always my biggest fear when I was still like participating in combat sports, is if I punch or kick somebody hard enough that it actually breaks my own shit.
You know, I've had thoughts about it. I've been like in a
Fucking
sparring
send
match or
it.
hitting the bag, and I just take my gloves off. My hands are like trembling. I'm like, dude, did I fucking break something? Am I gonna have to take a break now?
Having an anxiety attack? Why am I shaking?
As someone who works with their hands, that's just part of the job you get in there. And it was Mitch Green. Mitch Green was a gang member who was in the boxing league. He was an official champion, and he sees Mike Tyson in public and says, "Hey, you bitch, I'm gonna fucking get you in the ring." And Tyson, being the rational man he is, grabs him by his collar and just starts fucking laying into him. And they're also a heavyweight champion. He doesn't go down. They're throwing blows and having a legit fight in the middle of this department store. And Tyson finally drops a bomb on his head, staggers him, hands busted, all the shit. There's blood everywhere. They have to fucking call the police, separate everybody. Match gets postponed. And then when they get back to the actual match, Tyson proceeds to knock him the fuck out.
Deserved.
Sorry enough for the long
guy.
delay there. That is just
all
a
good.
crazy. That's crazy boxing lore to me.
Especially when it comes to Mike Tyson, who is the epitome of when I'm in the ring, it's time to do work. Or not even in the ring. When I know I need to fight,
It's time to
my
fight.
brain turns off. I go autopilot, and my mission is clear. Stop you from moving. So, oh wow, sorry if I picked up on the microphone. I burped. Sorry, excuse me. But that's what makes Mike Tyson one of the legends and the best to do it, because once he sets foot in the ring, it's time to do business. It's time to clock in and lock in. All right, now Table. What are your favorite Mike Tyson moments?
Ooh, I got a couple, but that's just because I know a lot about the sport.
Hit me with them. Hit me with them.
Well, first, not technically for Tyson, but the moment when he first lost to Buster Douglas is just such an incredible, incredible moment in the sport. Like, just the miracle of that win for Douglas. Crazy. But talking just about Tyson, his fight against Marvis Frazier, like, before he got his first heavyweight title, the son of Joe Frazier, that was his shortest knockout, or, yeah, his quickest knockout ever. I think it was like 31, 32 seconds or something like that. That was a great moment. Even outside the ring, like, there was the story of him almost getting his revenge on Don King. I'm sure you guys all know who Don King is.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
That I remember I was watching a documentary about him, and he was talking about how this one time, like, that was after the lawsuit and everything. Don King was talking to him, like, he wanted to make a deal for like $50 million, and Tyson was so short on cash at the time, he was saying sure, and he got his girlfriend to go with him, and they got in this limousine, and Don King was driving, and he's saying, like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get in the jet, and we're gonna fly out, and I'm gonna get all the papers signed. And Tyson's thinking in his head, he's like, that's my fucking jet. I paid for this jet that I'm gonna fly in. And his girlfriend was in the front seat, and he told his girlfriend, grab him, and he just starts beating on Don King. But his girlfriend got scared and let him go, so Don King got out the car and ran away. But he would have killed him in that car. Like,
Oh yeah, the guy's a fucking savage.
Tyson, I mean, so many interesting stories about him. It's hard not to like him.
What about the
Because
one where he
he's a
beat up
savage.
Wesley Snipes in the fucking Burger King bathroom?
Oh,
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa. You need to run that entire sentence back.
I didn't know about this
What?
one.
You guys don't know that story?
No.
No, you need to say that again, because I didn't hear it, and then give me deets.
The long and short of it is Wesley Snipes made a move at Tyson's wife, and they happened to be driving by the Burger King they were parked in front of, and Tyson's like, stop the car, what? And he sees this happening. He runs out, and he's like, whoa, I didn't know that was your girl. I didn't know it was like that. There's a misunderstanding. Let's talk this out, Mike. Oh, we got to talk this out. All right, step into the bathroom. And they just start throwing blows. And Wesley Snipes is a legit martial artist, and he's defending himself. But according to the security guard who broke up the fight, he was not winning. He was doing okay, but it was a lot of him on defense and the security guard being, Mike, we gotta go, as he's dragging him out of the bathroom. And he's kicking the door like, you bitch, I'm gonna fucking get you.
As soon as Wesley Snipes goes into the bathroom, just the final objective at Halo Reach comes up. It's like, third objective, stay alive.
It's so
There's no
real.
fighting against Mike Tyson. There's just don't
He
die.
just ran into the final boss at the beginning of a Dark Souls playthrough.
Live.
Shao Kahn his ass.
But the one
that's
thing that I admire about Mike Tyson is, outside of being a savage when it's time to do combat, he's probably one of the humblest and nicest guys ever.
sometimes. There are times he can't turn it off.
Reminds
Like,
me of his, oh, sorry, finish what you're saying.
Oh, no, I was about to say I was going to go into it, but I'll wait until it's my moment.
Oh,
But so you were saying?
I was just saying it reminds me of another story I heard from one of his therapists.
Send it.
They were,
This is where he gets naked.
yes, yeah, they're in, I think it was Vegas or somewhere, like a big party city, and Mike wanted to go out and, like, you know, party. He was big into coke and all that stuff, right? And his therapist is saying, Mike, you can't go anywhere. You have to stay in this hotel room, and I'm staying with you. And he's saying that, the therapist said that he just stared down the wrath of Mike Tyson, like this big burly guy staring him down like he was going to murder him. And Mike Tyson just yells the N-word at the top of his lungs, starts laughing, gets naked, and goes to bed.
It's a true story.
Yeah, it's a real story.
The therapist has told this story on several podcasts, and everyone just falls out laughing. And they're like, "What'd you think?" And he fucking know. He's either gonna listen to me because he's my client, or he's gonna fucking kill me because he's Mike Tyson.
That's
why
why
he
I-
never elaborates on the naked part either. He just says he gets naked, goes to bed. No, like, further story on that. Of
Just
anytime
a
he told me.
butt naked, angry Mike Tyson is the
Yeah.
last thing you really want to be staring down.
That's why I've always been, like, curious if, like, his personal group of friends or, like, coworkers, because I know he runs his own dispensary and growing business now, if they ever feel tense or threatened because Mike wakes up and he's in a bad mood. Like, will Mike punch my lights out because he didn't have coffee this morning? Like, would you personally think you have to be on your toes around Mike Tyson because you don't want to offend him or be around him when he's pissed off?
You know, it depends on how you know him, because I grew up with a friend like that, and now he's such a teddy bear. Like, nobody ever thinks, oh, yeah, no, that dude could kill somebody. But I have vivid memories of him getting into street fights and just flattening people 2 weight classes above him because it was nothing to him. He just loved a good rumble, and he was crazy talented at it. I think once you just live with that person so long, you're used to it.
All right, fair enough.
They did a
Because I'd
good
be
joke
terrified.
about that in Mike Tyson's cartoon. Norm
he has a
MacDonald
cartoon?
looks at the camera and says, "Yeah, we all forget he can fucking kill us anytime he wants because he's Mike fucking Tyson. What are you bitches doing back there? Nothing, boss. We're coming to see you, Mike."
Okay, so then, real quick, moving down the line, do you have any Mike Tyson moments that you are fond of, Mando?
Mike Tyson made some appearances in WWE.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
technically a member of a certain faction from WWE, D-Generation X. Yeah, he used to be doing all the fuck shit with Triple H and Shawn Michaels all over the place. I believe he was a guest referee for one of the WrestleManias.
Yep.
He hung out with Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. So his WWE appearances are quite enjoyable for me.
He was handsome back then too. Like, dead. He looked good, in an NWO t-shirt.
Like his
Lovely.
prime. Right around his prime.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite moments from Mike Tyson, I think I've said this on the podcast before, but even though I hate Logan Paul just almost as much as I hate Jake Paul, he had Mike Tyson on there. And Mike Tyson, being Mike Tyson, he brings out a blunt. And he starts smoking it on set. You're not going to tell Mike Tyson no. It's Mike fucking Tyson. Okay? Like, you're not going to tell Mike Tyson you can't smoke here.
It's just like trying to tell Snoop Dogg not to smoke, man. There's no way he's not gonna do it.
Like, he's just gonna look at you like you're stupid, and then he might contemplate punching your head clean off your shoulders.
There's only one person that can stop Snoop Dogg from smoking, and that's Martha Stewart.
You know,
Fair
fair enough.
enough.
Because I still find it funny that Martha Stewart is actually friends with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what up, Martha? Hi, Snoop. I made you a pie. Gangster. But so he was on not Jake Paul. He was on Logan Paul's podcast. He's smoking a doob. And then I think it was Mike Malek. He goes, "Oh, is that weed? Yes. Do you grow it yourself? Yes. Would you like to try some?" Offering the blunt. Now, the question to you lads: Mike Tyson offers you a blunt. Do you take it?
Yep.
Don't worry. Don't even have to ask.
Is that a question? That's a fucking dream.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Seriously.
are you kidding me? I'm taking that from him the moment his hand extends to pass. I'm not even gonna let him.
Well, if he reaches out to hand it to you, it's already gone. What the hell?
Fastest
kind of
smoking hands in the West.
Oh, white boy scary.
Fast hands for weed, and that's about it.
When he offers Mike Malek some, Mike declines and says he doesn't smoke anymore. And Mike Tyson's just like, "Oh, stop being a bitch and take the damn thing." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yo.
Yeah, there's also that. He's a fucking crazy man.
And that's why I would be, even though I would love to be friends with Mike Tyson, I would be slightly terrified at a moment's notice because he is nuts. He's out of his mind."
We grew up with Benny. We're good. He just laughs. That's how real that statement is.
Look, I had to deal with Ben and his homies at the bar when I still work security, so I know how it goes. With
Oh,
people.
Cholo 911.
Ha! Hey, but he did hook me up with some good weed sometimes, so it's okay. He got away with it. I didn't.
He just walking in. Yo, man, no, we brought a bunch of fat chicks.
You know what?
Was that story too accurate on a guess? Do I know my friends that well?
I had to hold that in. I tried just like, "Hey, Amanda, we brought a bunch of fat chicks."
I'm just telling you what my boy likes, man. He's equal opportunity. He don't give a fuck.
Reminds me of this dude that I served in the military with. We were talking about our like the types of women that we're into, and he just goes, he's southern as fuck. In his last, actually, I won't dox him, but
He's about to just drop his last name.
almost did. But so we were like, "All right, dude. So what are you into? You like black chicks? You like white chicks? Do you like Latinas? Do you like the blades that they carry?" And he goes, "Honestly, as long as they got legs, I'm satisfied." No.
Man knows
Damn,
what he
those
wants.
standards are wild.
And then one of my buddies, because he's quick with it, he just doesn't give a fuck. Not even like 2 seconds of silence. So as long as it's got legs, I'm satisfied. So even wheelchairs good too, as long as they're attached. And I'm like, it's hard to stun lock me.
I
That's
mean,
definitely a fucking military conversation right
the
there.
ragdoll effects from hooking up with a chick in a wheelchair. Just the legs, woo, flying all over the place. You know what? I didn't have that on my bucket list before, but that's getting added.
No.
Oh my.
I love how last night Table's like, yeah, after everybody went to bed, he's like, yeah, me and my friends say some inappropriate jokes. I hope Skull doesn't offend anybody. And I'm like, I'm not worried about it. I don't think this is ever going to be an issue, pal.
Here we are talking about having sex with paraplegics. Welcome to
Hey,
NoSkill.
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with
Nothing.
that?
Nothing.
People that are yeah. Why are you making it sound like it's a joke, DJ?
No, dude, everybody deserves a little bit of love. Bob Marley, dude. One love.
Our parents raised us right. Always eat your vegetables. I'm going to hell.
Yeah, I wouldn't say our offensive jokes are kind of like this. I meant more like Skull takes everything we say out of context and makes that his video. Makes us look like we're really bad, but
That's Frasier in a
we're all
nutshell.
good people.
Oh,
am
trust
really
me.
bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. We just are really bad.
Mm.
Yeah, have you met Frasier? Have you been on anything, like done anything with Frasier?
I don't think so.
I
Unless
don't
it was
think
like
so.
Lethal Company session.
Frasier's the type of dude to where I can come back from like the bathroom and sit down and be like, "Hey boys, I'm back." Frasier will be like, "DJ, you just missed it. Mando said the N-word."
That is not what happened. That was such an extreme example.
That is what Frasier would do, though.
For sure did not happen.
No, it didn't happen, but that's what
He's
Frasier
a
would
better
do.
example.
No, then you talk about like you know him better than I do. How
Yeah.
is Frasier then?
Out of pocket. He'll say crazy shit, but there's a line there. There's a shield, and the fact that he is so white when he cosplayed Riddick, everyone thought he was Nux from Mad Max or one of the War Boys. He knows there's things he should and shouldn't say because he's that pale and has a shaved head. He just knows what he knows the line.
Wasn't he also the one to initiate the dildo orgy story at Emotionless and White when he was asking people around for the orgy party?
No, that was Bunny Girl Senpai.
Oh, okay.
No, those two ran off to do that on their own. And for anybody who doesn't know, they walked up to a senior citizen, a 5'2" elderly old lady, and they're at a business convention. She's just here for work, ready to feel empowered and ready to take on the industry. And Bunny Girl Senpai walks up in deadpan and says, "Hey, we're here for the orgy too. Should we bring snacks, lube, condom? And what room are we meeting in? Someone told me I was on the wrong floor." And she's just gone, gasp, doesn't know what to say. And Frasier appears out of nowhere. "Hey, bro, did you find what room we're meeting in? I brought lube." She power walked out of there so fast.
Man,
Oh,
messing with
Walker's
people at Reno was quite fun.
I'm so sad. I want to go back to Reno. This shit was fucking gold, man.
I need to go back there when there's a bunch of old people so I can fuck with them again.
Oh.
I convinced some old white lady that we were haunted, and they didn't think it was funny.
Then the elevator stalled. No shit. He makes the joke, and the elevator stalls between floors, makes a god awful noise, and then slowly rolls up to the next floor and opens in slow motion.
That's some horror movie shit. Yeah, the same table now you're starting to understand half of NoSkill Entertainment just functions on malicious intent of the public people.
Oh yeah, fuck them.
About malicious intent 24/7. That's all about that.
And I'm just here along
They're
for the ride.
NPCs. We're the main characters.
But now, before we get sidetracked to start talking about hotel orgies again, Brandon, do you have a
No.
Mike Tyson moment? Huh?
No.
He answered
What
that
the
way too
fuck?
fast.
Out of
Where he
everything-
knocked out Eminem in the music video.
Yeah, there you go. That's all I know.
Oh my god, man!
Wait,
sorry.
Brandon, have you seen Ip Man 3 at least?
Yes.
He was in that movie. You can say you enjoyed that.
I barely remember the movie. It's been years.
I want to see who's
Jesus
fist.
Christ.
I tried to help you. I tried.
Your Wing Chun fist of mine. What? That's
See?
the line from the movie.
I know. It just sounds funny coming out of your mouth.
Dude, seeing him yoke up Donnie Yen, I was just like, I'm conflicted here because I'm a fan of Donnie, but at the same time, it's Mike fucking Tyson.
That's such a good choreographed fight scene too. They really played to the difference of like techniques and ideology and weight class. They tried to sell the realism of this with the crazy over the top kung fu movie aesthetic. And I think that's like top 5 hands down fight scenes of all time.
I'm
ever.
remembering it now. That was such a good fight scene.
Oh, sure, now you're remembering it. But
Yeah,
real
to get
quick,
the
Can I
line.
not
Had to feed 'em
remember
the
shit?
dialogue.
like, you what?
It's like, can I not remember shit?
Now.
There's a gecko
No,
in the
how many
kitchen.
times do you think Donnie Yen had to actually block or defend himself, and then he had to be reminded, you're actually not supposed to hurt him?
They did. I love behind the scenes stuff, and I love like stunt and choreography. They openly said they checked each other like 5 times completely on accident each because they would get into it and they're having fun and they're trying to be creative. And every time Donnie made contact, he stopped, cut, grabbed onto Mike's shoulders and like, "Hey, bro, I'm so sorry. You know, that's on me." And he's trying to like make sure he doesn't get any retaliation at all. And he's just like, no, I love you, Donnie. You're a good man. You're a good man. Let's do this from the top. That's from the top. And they were trying to be so gentle and polite with each other because those guys are friends. They respect the fuck out of each other. I don't know how they crossed paths before that, but they like knew a shit ton about each other, and it was really sweet. And it looks like a fucking puma and a bear playing with each other. They're both gonna fuck you up, but there's a size difference.
Because that would be one of the scariest things for me if I'm Donnie Yen. It's just like, all right, if I check him one time and it was a little too hard, and then if it's anything like WWE where they will get retaliation mid fight,
Get the receipt.
Mike Tyson actually hitting Donnie would fuck him up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if there's anybody Mike Tyson was gonna hit in the filming of a movie, it wouldn't be Donnie Yen. It'd be fucking Steven Seagal because his fat ass deserves it.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that fight scene's hilarious. He's just doing this to block Mike Tyson's jabs. Like, get the fuck out of here. That looks so bad.
Dude, I just can't take Steven Seagal seriously as an action hero. I can't.
That man.
He's a cop now.
Even
I was about to
worse.
say, not only is he a cop, he actually takes himself too seriously.
Like, he's a famous cop now and has his own TV
Oh,
show.
and he's a blues musician. He's a singer and a guitar player.
Who's also just completing side quests like
Any
that.
old person that knows how to play a fucking shitty guitar and have a raspy voice can be a fucking blues musician. The fuck out of here.
Yo, kid, I've explained this. You're black. You can play the bass guitar.
That bit was so
That's
funny.
so funny.
Oh, hell.
But no, so... Oh, wow, hold on. Yeah, much better. Yeah, so that was a very interesting fight scene. And honestly, if you haven't seen any of the Ip Man movies, I highly recommend literally all four of them. They
I'm not
are
gonna lie,
all
number
amazing.
3 and 4 made me cry.
Dude,
Fair.
number 4,
Yeah,
I
fair.
bawled my eyes out. I won't say why, but just know, like, at number 4, even if you're a real man and you one of them hardened gangsters, it's okay to cry at that scene. You all know what scene I'm talking about.
Oh my god. Number 3, I don't know which one got me worse, 3 or 4, but
Dude, 4 got me fucked up.
it's like, oh, shit.
But on that note, ladies and germs, we are going to take a quick commercial break because it is about that time, that halfway point. So you're about to hear and see a pretty little ad read courtesy of our partner, Dubby. Take it away.
Boing.
Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they're still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Water Melanda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later.
Hey, everybody out there on the internet. No Skill Mike here to invite you personally to our No Skill Discord server. In the description below, in the link tree, easy access to all the fun, music, and other entertaining things we share and interact with the community on every single day. So hopefully I'll see you there or somewhere out here in this big, wonderful world.
Hello, and welcome back. I'm still slop squatting along with that guy down there. I hope you enjoyed that pretty little ad read. Thank you once again to Debbie for hanging out with us. As long as you have, you're beautiful, you're lovely, and I hope your Velcro stays nice and taut every single time. And also, join the Discord. Down below. Right now. Do it. Do it. Okay, love you. Anyway, we're back, and we're going to swap topics now. We've gassed out on talking about Jake Paul, although I could still slander that man until I'm blue in the face, but that'll take a while. But Mikey wants to lead off with a question leading into our new topic.
So, Table here is an anime, Mando here is an anime, so are DJ and Brandon. Brandon is an anime character at the moment, as is Deej. So, we're going to have some fun with this. This is a brainchild I've been pooling around for a while, noodling about. Boys, audience, cryptids of the cast. If you got isekai'd into a new fantasy, full magic spectrum, like high fantasy level anime-esque adventure, wiped from this plane, reborn into another, and you got to bring something new to them, what would your shtick be? What isekai protagonist would you be? Would you be the magical healer, the arcanist, the mechanist, the gun fu instructor, the martial arts guy, the fucking military doctoring guy. Like, what crazy shit do you want your story to be about? Because I was lost in this thought for like 6 hours the other day.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. So you,
Question,
Blue,
it
we'll start with you.
sounds like every answer has to be a class of some sort. Could it be an
Like-
item? Could it be something?
It could be
an
fun. It could be like
Could it be an idea? Could it be?
Yeah, what's your archetype going to be? Pretty much, it doesn't have to be a thing. Like if it is an item like firepower, weapons, firepower. That sure. If it's science, like Dr. Stone-esque, that's always fun too. If it isn't sorcery,
Can't say phone.
Huh?
That's already been done.
that's already been done a couple times.
Yeah,
that one
actually.
keeps happening.
All right. So then, who wants to kick this up? Do you want to start this one, Brandon, on the opposite end?
I think, because I haven't seen this done yet. I don't know if there is one out there like this, but I'll go with the Bard class. But instead of just regular little dinky guitar, just like a metalhead Bard. Just in
The College of Metal Bard.
College of
Let's
Metal
go.
Bard in an isekai.
I found that homebrewed subclass for D&D purposes. Also,
I have that as well. I have
For
artwork for
D&D
it.
purposes.
Yeah, but that's what I would go for, and I think that'd be really fun. Just crazy twist on the isekai thing.
it's a
Oh, dude.
the Jack Black video game.
It's a Jack Black anime.
Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend,
bro.
Dude, Brutal Legend, the isekai would go kind of hard. You can't tell me that wouldn't be
I
amazing.
would. I would watch
it'll be
it.
fucking tight.
Dude, could you imagine? Because you know how that one had like Ozzy in there and like
Oh,
other
yeah.
big names and like the characters.
Yeah.
Imagine if your guide through the Metalverse and how to be a good College of Metal Bard was fucking Lemmy Kilmeister. I would lose my shit. I'm the chosen one. I'm the main character of all the cosmos now. My ego's
Already won.
never getting deflated.
Like you gotta walk through towns. Move out of the way, you NPC. I'm the main character.
So you can move out the way. The prophecy foretold my coming.
I am here. You do not need to worry.
Dude, I would be so down for that. But that also reminds me, I need to get back on Brutal Legend. I started playing it and then I
He
stopped.
started playing it 12 years ago when it came out. Is when he fucking started, dude.
No, I played it on Xbox 360, but then I was randomly just like
That's when it
cruising
came
Steam.
out.
Xbox 360 was 10 years ago, dude.
I know.
We liberated Malevelon Creek years ago, Grandpa.
But I'm just simply saying, one day I was perusing Steam and I saw that Brutal Legend was on there, and I went, "Oh, dude, I'm going to relive my childhood right now. I'm going to download this game and I'm going to play it." I got halfway through the game and then I stopped. I think
You know what? That game had a huge influence on my taste in music.
Same.
Guitar Hero did that to me.
Like way too much of an unhealthy hinge that probably sent me down some rabbit holes.
No, Guitar Hero did that to me just because Lamb of God, wow, my voice is breaking. Lamb of God, Other Hands, and Dragon Force were on that bitch, and I lost my shit.
Yeah, I gotta say.
What about
Yeah,
what about
man.
Block Party?
What was
What
that?
about Brock's Helm?
Sorry, no. Just ignore us. Go back to Brandon.
Yeah, go back.
I was just gonna point out that I think my taste in music also kind of shifted from me playing Guitar Hero as well at a very young age. That was it.
Can I just say, Brandon, I can see your character arc coming to an end. You defeat the big bad, and he's like going through a monologue of, "Who do you think you are? I'm the fucking I'm the hero of this land. I'm the conqueror." And you're looking down at him, cape flowing, because you look like the kind of guy who'd wear a cape, and you look him in the eye and say, "I'm the devil, bitch." You just strum the guitar. I don't know why. That's it. I can see it. It's
That's the verbal component for Power Word Kill.
that is
I'm the devil, bitch.
Devil bitch.
Imagine that. There's a huge battle. Everything goes dead silent. Nobody can hear anything. They're all looking around and they just see the 9th level spell being cast, and one caster looks out at his enemies. "I'm the devil, bitch." And the shockwave kills all of them. Their heads explode.
I'm the devil, bitch.
I'm really sold on this isekai. Can we get this, please?
Yeah.
I'll crowdfund this. Can we call Studio Trigger?
I don't even care for Studio Ghibli. Just make it happen.
Oh my god, can you imagine Miyazaki getting his hands on this? It's all
Ooh.
80s like power and hair metal.
Oh, I'd be very okay with that. Twisted Sister's the opening.
Twisted Sister would go. They're the main characters. I'd watch the fuck out of that. Dude, we lost DJ. He's convulsing.
Dude. Oh, dude, that
Dude,
sounds
can you
so
imagine We're Not Gonna Take It is how they open the show?
good. That's the fight song for the final battle.
It's so good.
It's time, guys. We're not gonna take it.
all the side characters start coming out of the woodworks for the big battle.
Dude, that just reminds me of fucking the ending of Role Models, Kiss My Anthea, and they were
Kiss
modeling themselves from Kiss.
Oh my god! All I heard was "Power of the Star Child." Where the fuck did that come from?
The spaceman, the demon, the star child, and the cat.
The fuck am I a
such-
cat? Just
such a
shut
good
up and
movie.
take.
That's
Play
my dream isekai right there, is to be on that battlefield in that movie.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
No, but that's a good question that you brought up earlier. Like, what would I do? I know I had the funny answer, just like, what would you bring to your isekai? And I was like, gang affiliation, gang activity. I'd be shooting everybody up. Everybody's getting a drive-by. I'm not.
Never mind.
I'm not affiliated with a gang. I was just making a stupid fucking joke. But I think, especially with me being my size, I would have to go with some sort of defensive role, like a paladin, somebody that can take a hit and then also just waylay and hit a motherfucker into the next dimension. I don't know what in y'all's opinion, what do you think I would be best suited for if I were to get isekai somewhere?
I mean, you are a vampire. Is that like too obvious?
No, it's putting the nail on the head. I had the fangs.
Damn.
Okay, hold up. This is a fun concept. You're a vampire spawn that wears heavy plate because you're not hindered by the weight. So when you're fighting in broad daylight, the sunlight's not bothering you. You're just completely cut off from the outside world. I think there's some cool concept for a character there.
Just trying to
Either
keep
that, I was
himself
gonna go for wolf ears
hidden.
and I can turn into a kaiju.
It's kinda,
By the way, that
just kinda like
Kaiju number 8 that just dropped. It's pretty dope. Just gonna say, only 2 episodes are out. Talk about turning into
DJ.
a kaiju.
How metal would it be though if you were in like the berserk armor and the mouth opened up and that's how you bit people in broad daylight? Just shock and awe factor on the fucking battlefield.
That would be fucking sick.
I see what Mikey's doing here. He's actually asking us for ideas for next villains that are going to attack his.
These are all going to be characters.
These are all people that are going to come and
Kill
actually try to kill us on Monday nights. Yay!
No, you guys are fighting the death slads.
Going back.
You got
Either
quiet.
that, or I would just be a vampire inside Space Marine armor.
That sounds horrifying, actually.
Techno vampire. Oh, we're hitting the 80s. We're running the 80s.
Vampire with the blood rave from Blade.
Oh, dude.
Let the heavens rain. Sorry.
You could be like a Blade-like vampire. You'd be a half-breed.
Is your roommate half breed too?
Pretty sure DJ's already half and half.
I am, dude. I am half and half.
Man, half vampire, half human.
You know, I'll take that, because then the
Yeah.
human element is I can be in sunlight without being
You're
affected.
a fucking daywalker.
That, you know,
That's
we
tough
haven't
to
actually seen a Daywalker isekai. That might actually go kind of hard, man. There's this gritty street Daywalker vampire running around the fantasy
we thought
world.
of it first, you bastards.
Fucking
You owe us
people
money
up.
if you make this.
Still has to figure out how to survive with the thirst of the vampire. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not like feeding on goblins and shit out in the woods to stay normal.
Kind of reminds me of this new one that I watched where it's literally just a dude dies and becomes an undead, so he has to level himself up
I've
and evolve.
heard of that one.
Yeah,
I,
it's pretty good. You should watch it. It's like Unwanted Adventure or something like that, but it's really good.
I just finished Death Play. I'm gonna start that next.
I had just finished Death Play last night.
Oh, that one's so hard. That was
Alright.
so good.
So good.
Right, then moving down the bench, you're Isekai and you go somewhere else, and now you have to show people that you're Billy Badass. How are you going to be badass, Billy?
So here's the thing with, and you know, I've been watching a lot of isekais because that's all Crunchyroll wants to produce, apparently.
It's really popular.
Yeah, but all
Come
these
on, you would love the
isekais have,
Isekai in Kimono
yeah,
Michi.
no. Here's the thing: all these isekais have something in common. They all seem to work kind of like a video. Rather it be they actually go into a video game, they go to a fantasy world. Wherever they go, there's like some sort of leveling system to all of these isekais that happen, right?
Yeah, mostly.
So for me, I don't need to be super powered or whatnot. I can go in starting at level 1. But what I will take with me is I'm taking all my peoples and homies with me. So if I'm going, y'all's going too.
You gonna kill us? You greedy bastard.
Yep, I'm going to hit you guys with the death note all at the same time, and we're all going to the same place. And then we're all going to the same place and getting the fuck out of this world.
Fucking Joey Diaz over here. You don't need an army to take over a country, motherfucker. You need 3 bad motherfuckers. You could take over a whole country, Joe Rogan. I'm telling you right now.
The only caveat would be we'd all have to start at level 1 and work our way up. Oh,
Dude,
no.
like, that, as much as that would be cool, I could just imagine the lead up of like while he's before he finishes writing our names in the death note, the 4 of us were just kind of chilling, doing our own thing. Somebody could be balls deep in some broad, somebody could be close to finishing a raid on WoW, and then in one fell swoop, you're dead.
If you ever get that random phone call from me at whatever time it is your time, be like, "Hey DJ, what are you doing right now?" All right, cool, thanks.
That'd be so cryptic. I'm like, what are you doing right now? I'm just working out.
I'm
cool.
I'm 12 stories up at a hotel. Cool, a semi truck comes through the window.
Mikey's just like, Mikey, what are you doing right now? I'm underneath a big block. I'm trying to repair an engine. Perfect. The engine falls.
Stay right there for the next 45 seconds. That's perfect.
But I have to go to the bathroom. Don't fucking move. Don't
worry.
move.
You're gonna shit your pants in just a moment.
And then it's somebody else's problem to clean it up.
Yeah. That's what I would take. I wouldn't need any superpowers. I would just want to take all the homies with me.
Honestly,
but then
you and Ben do a lot of
be as a
things
group, because then we have to be a ragtag suicide squad in an isekai.
The thing is, we'd have at least like for what it is and how much fucked up shit we say. The moral compass generally points in a good direction. Brandon, exception of you.
Oh, G59 squad.
The fuck, man.
So it's Dark Urge over here saying the fuck.
You're like 5th Dark Urge playthrough.
None of them redemption arcs either.
Hey, one of them was.
One of them. Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Man's a 1 for 5 in the timeline and universes. Anyway, so like the moral compass is good. So I think we'd do some good stuff. It'd just be like there'd probably be some collateral damage along the way.
One of us is gonna fall off a cliff, and it's gonna be me. I know you're alluding to that.
I meant like actual like buildings and stuff breaking, like actual collateral damage. That's more like death damage, I guess.
This is more like
I know. I can sense it now. We're gonna be on a rickety bridge, and I'm gonna get shoved.
Just saying, it'd be like a legit D&D game with the friends, without some fucked up DM trying to end you.
Yeah, dickhead. You gave us blindness that just lasts an hour, no save.
You got one save. You just needed to pass.
No, you didn't. It was like a DC 21 too, and it was con the dump stat of the whole party.
No, you guys.
We'd have to roll a nat 20.
Your guys' dump stat was strength.
I didn't have any con either. I was in the negatives on both.
Well, that's your choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the segment of the show known as D&D Therapy. Please let it all out. I like that name though, D&D Therapy. I like that.
I like that.
Anyway,
Oh, fuck yourself.
You're the most powerful Kenku. You were fine.
I like it here.
And this is what I would take with me into an isekai world. These exact arguments right here.
That would be our go-to right there. We start pushing each other. You know, man, fuck you. And when the enemy's confused, we turn and just charge them.
Stop.
Oh my god, we're bad boys. I love you, man. Man, fuck you, Marcus.
like when Tulio and Miguel are shoving each other in Road El Dorado, and then they both sucker punch Zekel Khan.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
That is dope. All right, now table. You've been isekai. To insert anime here. Who are you going to be for the people?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm a bit of a black sheep here because I don't like I kind of know isekai, but not at the same time. It's kind of like D&D anime, right? Like they're put into a world exhibitions or expeditions. I mean,
Depends
you die
on
in your
the-
real life and you go to a alternate universe happens to be D&D/medieval-esque.
There's like it doesn't have to be fantasy, but the point is that it's different than yours. Whether it's tech, whether it's wasteland, whether it's high fantasy or
Konomichi.
steampunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Konomichi is a great example.
If I
I'm
got
going
to
to
choose
Konomichi.
which world, I would choose the fucking Fallout universe. We're going through the wasteland, nerds.
Oh man, we're gonna be awful in the wasteland. We're gonna do terrible things.
I would actually probably do awful things just because there'd be no repercussions.
We're the Fallout, or we're the Brotherhood outcasts, kicked out for being too extreme.
100. Look, 100%. I would go through everything in the Brotherhood just to get power armor, just to leave with it and get kicked out immediately after.
Paint it black
why
and
were you
red,
kicked
put
out
a
of the-
big sword on it.
What? Because I don't care what they do or say. I just want the fucking armor.
Why are you kicked out of the Brotherhood of Steel? I was too legit to quit. Now we're derailing. Table, talk to us. Are you gonna you go to this isekai, this alternate universe? Paint me the picture. Are you gonna be that pickpocketing thief, or are you gonna be the valiant warrior, or are you gonna be just a commoner that minds his own business?
I like the idea of warrior, but I don't know about valiant. Like it's kind of okay. I've only had one ever time where I tried D&D, and I pushed the rules a lot. Like, well, not push the rules.
The
Mikey,
DM is
Mikey,
that's
you
staring
watch-
you now.
The DM.
Me and Mike are looking at you right now, brother.
Okay.
Between a DM and a hard place.
I had to. All right, Mikey,
On
you
the
watched
hard place.
Blocky, right?
Yes, I have.
I made my character when I played D&D like fucking Dorian, that guy with the white hair who had like weapons concealed all over his body. I think one of my because I didn't know much what I was doing. He's like, "Oh, you gotta make spells," and we came to the idea that one of my spells was straight out of the show, where I could punch myself in the gut and spit out a fucking live grenade. As like a Hail Mary final move type thing.
I've been that character before. We had a rogue in the party, and I was making prosthetic limbs for her to hide blades and needles and shit in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
That
Somehow,
would actually be kind of gangster. Like all of a sudden you think you're down and out, and then your last resort is to sucker punch yourself. The enemy thinks you're crazy, and then you just hawk up a grenade in his fucking face.
yeah,
It's an interesting way for a wizard to cast fireball.
It's a monk officer, pretty much. You're a monk who's augmented your body to be a living weapon.
dude, I don't remember what
I gotta
class
forget.
or
Okay,
archetype or whatever it
I wish-
classified as. I only
So-
played it for like a couple of sessions.
all right. So hear me out here, because that can actually work for him. His stomach is a bag of holding, and so that's how like he punches himself and then something random shoots out. But it could be useful or it could be not useful.
So there's a unofficial book that has a monk like this. You're all martial fighting, but when you level up, you get augmentation points to augment your body. So the common one is blades that spring out of your hands in combat, and the first time you use them, you get a surprise attack because it's like something you wouldn't see coming. And then at like 5th level, you get springs in your feet so you can jump further and pounce on enemies. It's actually stupid fun. Like that'd be a
What
cool
is
character
that?
to play. That's the guide to the unofficial Eberron book, the expansion one.
Oh, that does sound like a cool monk.
No, but
I kind of get where you're coming from with this table. I can get behind this concept.
I don't remember what type of class or whatever the hell it was. I just remember we set it up on some like shared website thing, and it took 1,000 years to upload every individual image and icon we needed. And then we played it like 5 times, and then just never again.
That sucks.
I'd be willing to get back to like try D&D, like a better experience for someone who knows more what they're doing, but I don't know. I just remember that goofy fucking character I made. Stuff. I guess if I had to go into an isekai, it'd be something like that. Just like
The grenade hawker.
like kind of dirty tactics. Like imagine getting into a fisticuffs fight with somebody. You think it's all fair, and then he just unravels a katana he had concealed in one of his pant legs. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, D&D, there is no rules.
Yanagi in the prison arc of Baki, how he's just got weapons hidden all over his fucking clothes.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about with Dorian from that arc. He had like
fucking Matobe.
Dude, he's cool. I'm waiting for the next arc to be animated, and then he has this fight with Musashi. Yeah.
Oh my, that's a good part, bro. And then Matobe's got poison in the cigarettes. He's got smoke bombs. His jacket's made of Kevlar.
It's funny.
Matobe beating Jack was such a hard moment.
Mm-hmm. Funny to mention Baki too, because the guy in that series literally gets isekai'd. Like after.
Yeah, he does. I'm following that series.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dope. I think it's a good spinoff. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I think it's neat. I feel like there's some wasted potential, like with Retsu fighting whatever, the Dark Ogre, like this big menacing beast, and then he really was just like a big fat ogre.
Yeah.
Wasted, considering the ogre is the nickname of the strongest guy in the whole fucking series.
I was pretty let down by that, but I'm hoping the Doulahan kind of recovers the cool factor.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the skeleton fight. That was actually pretty funny and like explaining the mechanics of how like joints work and shit.
Yeah.
I did just nerd stuff over here. Don't mind us.
Yeah, don't.
Let it rip, dude. Trust me, I thought Baki was great when we were all watching it. That's why I can't wait to get Netflix again, because I'm going to start from the very beginning and rewatch Baki. Which one came first? Was it Baki or Baki Hamna?
Baki.
Okay, so it was Baki and then Baki Hamna.
I think.
Alright, so then he wants to shoot grenades out of his gullet.
That's one way to put it.
Just grenades, or could it be like an array of weapons? Like all of a sudden, you hit yourself, it's a grenade. You hit yourself next, it's a toothbrush. You hit yourself again, it's a switchblade.
Oh my god, he's Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
That's
what I was aiming for. It's just like, like Inspector Gadget-esque, but now it's random.
Go Gadget, finger gun.
Forget everything I said. I want to be Inspector Gadget now. That sounds like a much cooler idea.
Go Gadget, 500-kilogram bomb.
Gadget Helldiver.
Go Gadget pile driver.
Go Gadget spirit bomb.
Why?
What? Okay.
Your meds are kicking in.
They really are. I'm on a lot of medication right now because I got
turning into Iron Mouse. Hey Connor, do you ever think our grandparents like jerk off in the same rhythm as us? What? I'm sorry, the medication's hitting. I'm going to bed now. Disconnects.
All right, Mikey.
Mikey,
Your turn to answer the question.
That's an Iron Mouse quote. I just want people to know I didn't come up with that bit. All right, I didn't just clear
and
it.
I didn't, and I was flashbanged. To continue.
Respect the queen.
Well, okay, so I had two. Brandon covered the first one very well. The College of Metal Bard is such a near and dear thing to my heart. I have the cover art for the Patreon, and someone did a custom artwork of the mascot from Megadeth, but he's in priest robes, and he has the battle axe guitar strapped to his back, and he's just holding his hands across his chest.
Yeah.
It looks so gnarly. And there's a fucking mantra for it. I'll post this in the Discord later.
Please, I want to hear it.
Also good. But so since we got that out of the way, my backup is a Konomichi ripoff, but not in the traditional method. We're not doing the heels and the faces and this and that. We're doing old school underground extreme rules wrestling. You better be. I'm gonna be out there preaching. You better be willing to bleed for your causes. Are you willing to suffer? Are you willing to enter a cage and live or die on your own terms? Because we're coming at it with fucking ECW rules, barbed wired bats and fucking steel cages, scaffolding matches. You got to get in that fucking ring with New Jack if you want to be the hero or villain of my story.
Damn.
And then your unsung hero, all of a sudden from the crowd, Michael J. White just walks up.
What?
I don't know. For some reason, I just thought of Michael J. White.
Anyways, I was just, dude, can you imagine how hard that be? The villain steps away from his army, gets into the ring, the cage lowers down. You standing on top of the cage and you're looking down at him. If you think the spirit of ECW died in a fucking bankruptcy case in 2006, you can suck my fucking dick as you drop in the ring, the fireworks goes off, Bodies by Drowning Pool starts playing, and the match is on. I'm fucking living or dying in this ring. I ain't going back to jail.
I go back to jail. You're going nowhere.
I'm way too hyped. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be
minutes.
fun. You could training camp everybody. You start distinguishing cool leaders that are coming out. You give them their characters. You give them their weapons, their gimmicks. You have your own fucking, like, Hardy Boys just going wild, coming in and fucking dive bombing people. There's just something really romantic about that idea of just the fucking crazy juvenile bro dude adventure. And I think there's a lot of fun you can have with, like, arming a militia with rudimentary weapons and teaching them how to use, like, baseball bats and chairs and trash cans and shit.
That's how you put somebody through a table. This is how you light the table on fire beforehand.
It's like a dueling. It's like an honor system of duels. You know, if you duel somebody, you're not shooting at them with pistols or using a sword. You get into the ring, put their ropes down, set a table on fire. Losers going through the fucking table.
You clearly
I
talk
know.
about this a lot more than I did. I'm sitting here
I've
like,
been
oh,
on-
gadget grenade, and you're like, fireworks and tables and ladder matches and fucking championship. You know,
That's what this man lives for, dude.
I just like crazy ideas, and they kind of run rampantly. Like, there's a whole economy system, and then there's a feudal lord system where the titles work like a lordship, and you can be challenged for it if someone goes through the proper process. There's a whole
His DM is showing.
There's a whole subnet here, and it's kind of funny. And there's like 2 neutral nations where it's the tag teams because they're smaller and they group up to face the bigger nations. It's kind of fun. This could be a really cool campaign if we ever commit to stupid ideas.
Yeah,
You guys
this
should
guy
throw me into a campaign
this guy
sometime.
went
I'd
full
like to learn.
DM. I love it.
I don't know, man. There's just something. I keep seeing like the highlights from Paul Heyman's induction speech, and my mind's like, oh man, this would be fun. This would be cool. Like, oh fuck, what if we did a humorous short story spinoff? And like, my mind has just been racing.
Bro, as it is, man. And
For a
as
second.
I've been thinking about this, and the commitment for this would be crazy, especially with everyone's like schedules. But I seriously want to attempt one day just to do an online D&D campaign.
That's why I still have Tabletop Simulator installed, because I'm waiting whenever we want to do a session.
We'll have to look into it and set it up. I'm down to do something. We just got to fit it in the books because the scheduling lately has been a nightmare.
Yeah,
and there's a reason my mind's been on overdrive, pumping out crazy things.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about Tabletop Simulator. I'm talking about the actual online D&D shit that they do. I don't know what it is called, but
There's a couple different options out there. We just got to play around and see what works for us because the new ones are really exciting and I want to see how user friendly they are. And I don't know. We also got to figure out what kind of story we want to tell because I'm like weird Quentin Tarantino's Guide to Wildmount and or my personal favorite, The Inglorious Bastards of Exandria. And like just
Get down for that.
goofy. Or what do we do? The Smoking Aces of Eberron. Like that one was actually really fun. We did a full Guy Ritchie film.
also, have you seen the fucking the D&D like screen table?
A couple actually.
Oh.
Dude,
I've seen my friends have one.
Talking to me.
My friends have one, and they keep trying to bribe me into their house with snacks and Warhammer, and I'm afraid to go visit because it might turn into a weekly thing.
because I've been seeing like these tables that are basically like the size of your regular dining table, but you can just take the top off and it's a touch screen under there. You can upload your own maps, upload your own like map layouts, textures, all kinds of stuff. And it's just full like D&D nerd shit, and I'm just like, oh my god, it looks so good. But I look at that price tag and I'm like, never in my lifetime. Bye. Never.
So, Death Brigade has one of the analog ones where it's just it recesses into the table, and then it's got a topper so you can bring things up higher or lower. It's all the nice felt. He has terrain, so you can create entire Warhammer or D&D cities. He has airships. He has tanks. He has armies, like crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
Every tabletop thing you can need, and it's so wild going to his house. And I'm like, you fucking gremlin. There's minis in every room in this house. And he's like, there's none in the garage. What did you just say to me?
There's none in the garage. I'm gonna have to remember that. You need to tell me some more things so I can go whenever I'm editing this stuff. Just slide in some shit. Maybe throw a jab here or two.
Oh, fucking for sure. I got a book on that guy. A book.
We got some funny stories about them.
Because any chance I get, every time I see like Jose or Benny do something dumb, I'm like, I gotta capitalize on this. I'm their editor, but damn it, I'm gonna make fun of them too while I'm at it.
Oh, you gotta have fun with it, especially with those guys. Fuck, man. I have a joke, and I'm not gonna say it because it's just not friendly for the podcast.
We talked about having sex with paraplegics. I don't think we can go any further down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. I feel like that's equal opportunity. Why is that a negative light?
Why is that an
I'm
issue?
not trying to
dude?
negative light to it. I'm saying
Yeah.
other
You're saying that
people
it's-
will take it. We'll take it
Come
as
on,
such.
man.
I was about to be so mean. Never mind.
Would you say we're throwing them a bone? Anyways,
all right.
did we have a follow up for isekai nonsense? Because I just said that, and I'm like, man, this is a fun conversation. I'm enjoying where my mind's at.
Well, now I'm actually curious of all the isekais that actually exist. I just want, before we actually start ending, what would be everybody's like ideal isekai, whether it be from an anime or a video game? I know you already said yours, and give me a few reasons as to why. Like, what would you do there? Where would your role be? Kind of like how your isekai thing is, but now with an actual existing one in either anime, manga, or video games. And we'll start with you, Green. Where would you want to go?
Reincarnated as a slime because he has a kingdom of hot goblin girls, and that's just like there's
Fucking
no
knew it.
brainer answer there.
My
That's
man.
just the answer. No. And if we're being full honesty, I hate to be that guy, and I would try to do my best to be a better person than the main character currently is. Fucking Overlord, man! The kingdom, the castle, the empire. It's very much my aesthetic.
Necromancy.
Not even that, just the elder lich in charge of monsters. I would try to be more neutrally aligned than he is, but there's so much potential to build a cool adventure there. You have a workforce that doesn't need to eat or sleep. You can literally shadow puppeteer everything and then finally reveal yourself once it's all done. If we're being completely honest, I think he went about the whole conquering the kingdom thing horribly inefficiently. He has no fucking idea what he's doing with his skills. And the fact that he has a fucking Elder Lich captain squad that just does nothing except for one of or two of them die every now and then drives me up a wall. There's so much potential to be done with a giant insect samurai ice demon, the actual devil, whatever hog demon Albedo is. I keep forgetting because it's impossible to say. It's like a Nephite or some shit. Vampire pain in the ass. And then all of the battle maids, there's like such cool development you can do in that world. And then there's dragons to fight. There's fucking samurai cyborg gunslingers to fight. There's so much cool shit to do in that world. I don't know. I'm in love with
He really
Overlord.
did go conquering the world pretty wrong and roundabout.
See, he could have done it better.
I definitely would have been like, we have all the power. We'll do whatever the fuck we want.
The hyena people that can eat ore and are pretty cool and trying to uplift their own society, they could have been handled much better, in my opinion.
Lizard folk. I think that got handled pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the lizard folk. Those guys are dumb as fuck.
But that's
Honorable word.
I was about to say, moving down the line table, what anime or video game or manga series that currently existing would you want to be isekai to, and why?
I mean, keeping with the trend of Mikey being at 110%, me being at like 10%. I don't know much. I don't watch much isekai anime. If I just had to like pick anything at all to be brought back into, I'm like a big fan of JoJo's. I told you that. I think that concept of like, wait, is he staring at me again? No.
No, he's a JoJo hater.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he hates JoJo.
I think it's got like one of the best power systems like
He's trying to
written
left.
in
He just
manga.
He left.
He literally
This is
said, "I don't care
gone.
about this anymore."
Man, I'm
Ladies and
just
gentlemen, for the
trying.
first time we've had a cast member rage quit a podcast. He's like, I'm gonna go get a Gatorade. Fuck you guys. But no, continue with your thought process, because as a man that doesn't know too much about JoJo's, I would like to be educated, know a little bit while he does the robot.
I just think it's like an interesting world, and the power system idea of like, you have basically your soul fighting for you, and its ability represents like you as a person. Like my favorite character is the what? What is it now? Are you staring at me?
No, I'm just listening intently.
I was saying, I'm open to watch more isekai stuff, man. I haven't yet. All right.
No,
No, you're good. You're good.
Solo Sokoa thump.
Don't fucking bother. There's too much isekai out there. Find something better.
I just I like the idea of JoJo's and how like the power system ties to the person's soul. Like I was saying, the guy that one of my favorite characters is the villain from the fourth part, Kira, and his whole deal is like he's a serial killer, but he wants to live quietly and peacefully. Like he doesn't want to be bothered. Like he sticks to himself, but he has like, well, the bad habit. He's a serial killer. He, in disguise.
That's a bad habit.
Well, I mean, in disguise, he's causing chaos to the city. So his stand, they're called, or his like power is represented like a cat. It has like pointed ears like a cat, but also like decorated in skulls across its outfit to represent the killing part. Or like the main character of the fifth part, Giorno, was originally meant to be a woman, and the idea of like women bring life into the world through birth. His stand or his power is all about life. It can bring non-life to life, like turning inanimate objects into animals, and then like kind of bringing them back after. It's, I don't know. I think it's a neat system. I think there's not really much that matches it in manga and stuff. So I mean, if I were to be brought into some video game or manga world or something, I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
All right, hell yeah. Next down the line, you.
Come back to me after you. Actually, I need a moment to collect my thoughts.
Well, in classic fashion, I have two because I'm a fucking degenerate. I'm gonna start off with Girls Bravo because women, and a nice hot tub that I can teleport in and out of the dimension with. Why the fuck not? But an actual anime that I think would be fun, anime or video game. Just because we brought it up at the very beginning, I would love to be in Saints Row 3.
As an NPC?
No, as one of the main characters.
I almost dropped my
Pierce?
dagger because of you just now.
Yeah, probably Pierce.
I still will never get over when Pierce finds the penetrator and just taps the main character right in the side of the head with it while they're talking. That is one of the funniest things ever. You see, we're here because we need Pierce.
Fuck.
What the fuck? That would never not be funny.
Dude, especially when I found out that the only melee that you do in Saints Row 3, because they just decided to go straight ridiculous, is different ways to hit somebody in the dick. And so I thought that was the most entertaining thing ever. I do have a playthrough under my belt of Saints Row 3 where I did nothing but hit people in the dick.
Saints Row 3 was like pure crackhead fun, man. There's no denying it was just the craziest, wildest sandbox of its day that let you do whatever you wanted.
Oh, in creative, they ripped so many lines of cocaine. They went knock shots everywhere.
We need an Easter egg.
Make this fun.
We need an Easter egg. Get the noisy cricket. Men in Black 1. Send it.
And then Saints Row 4, dubstep gun.
Dubstep, shark,
Superpowers.
disco bomb. What? That doesn't even make any sense.
That's why I'd have to be. I'd love to be either Saints Row 3 or Saints Row 4, just because they went absolutely, they went absolute dummy with it.
Anything but Saints Row 1 and 2 is going to be a good time.
Because Saints Row 1 and 2, I hate to say it, I got the vibe of, okay, this is just a GTA knockoff.
I think it was really well done. It told a crazy grindhouse GTA story that didn't take itself too seriously. But when it needed to be dramatic, it was pretty good. It was pretty solid.
Like Saints Row, and I don't like GTA. Saints Row's where it's at.
You like fun.
That's true.
People who play GTA don't have fun. They lie about it. They play the mini games. They don't actually play GTA.
Dude, we have fun in GTA. We can pick up hookers. That's it.
I think after this session, you and I have to have a long talk about our interest and how they collide with each other.
Like you said,
No,
JoJo's, and then you
GTA is
just
pretty
disappeared.
I was doing a bit where I was going to take my headset off and walk away, and I put my controller down right here, and as I'm turning, it falls off and just nuts me, and everything disconnects.
Oh, so he was writhing on the floor in pain.
A little bit, yeah. I'm like reaching around in the dark because my headset's disconnected, and I can't see anything, and I'm just feeling around on the floor for my controller.
Because your character was doing some type of Pilates, bro, and it was crazy.
DDP yoga keeps me young and fit.
Have you tried to watch JoJo? Have you even like
Yeah, I
attempted?
have twice, and I didn't enjoy it. I would try it
Wow.
at part 3, and I tried at part 1, I believe. Couldn't get into either one.
I don't know, man. My friend Onyx is a big JoJo hater, and he fucking loves it now. We're like near the end of part 4, starting part 5 soon.
This guy watched me. I tried to watch JoJo's, and I just couldn't get into it. Like I wasn't
Honestly,
feeling
I'm
it.
not even a big fan of it. I only watched it when one of my friends made me watch it with him.
He tried. I left.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
He also pulled $20 out of the ass of a My Little Pony plushie, and I really didn't want to be there for the rest of that, so I bounced.
You know, fair. All right, moving on down the line.
Move
Brandon,
it back to Tom.
anime, video game,
You
manga.
have to move it back to
Huh?
Tom, because I have no idea yet.
Well, he said he needs to wait. Now you need to wait.
I'm
So
good.
who's ready right now?
I was just taking a dab. I'm good.
Who's ready? Okay, where you want to go?
I don't know. So
Harem?
no, I'm fine actually. Thank you. I got self-respect.
If he says Mass Effect, that's just a harem in space.
First of all, I was like avoiding saying Mass Effect. All
I'm
right?
Commander Shepard, and this is the greatest harem on the Citadel.
I'm thinking. So it could be either could it be like any book series perhaps?
Yes, any anime, manga, or
Or
video game
space
that
marine.
exists.
I would honestly be thrown into probably the D&D universe for Exandria. That's where I'd like to be.
Oh, Exandria. I was about to say, are you going to be Volo? You strike me as a Volo.
No, I'd like to be on the Sword Coast area. Is where I'd like to be. That's
Sword
where
Coast.
like that's
Are
where
you
all the
Gale?
crazy shit is. No, definitely not. I'm better than him.
Are you Will?
No, I'm still a wizard. I'm just not Gale.
You're Strahd.
Eventually.
Eventually. We know you're out there,
Look at the
Strahd.
drama.
Come fight us. Oh,
Like,
so
dude.
I'm allowed in. Ah!
If it's like a legit isekai, would get the whole leveling system, take it with me, and go into the Sword Coast. That'd be a fucking great time for me.
All right. Class, race, weapon.
Class.
Wow.
All right. If I could just pick what class I am,
Yeah.
Race Goliath.
Race Goliath, of course.
Yes, of course. Duh. Stoops.
He's
Goliath.
the big show.
I don't know. I always liked the idea of being a Goliath warlock.
Goliath the Warlock. You're going to be 6'6", 300 pounds slinging spells.
Or a wizard. One of those two. Like a Hexblade warlock, like a Goliath Hexblade warlock using a great sword, just seems like a good story.
Oh, man. It would. You know what? There is potential there.
With the folk hero background, he becomes like the local hero for the village or town he's in, but he had to make a pact with this sword to get these powers to do so, to fend off whatever was attacking the village and whatnot. There's some shit to work with there.
There is indeed potential there.
I've thought about that idea a lot before, and it's a fun one. But I also don't like the idea of having my soul going to anybody else. So I'd probably stick to wizard.
Yeah, just be a warlock for a good patron.
What the fuck kind of fun is that? Go on fucking good missions for them bullshit. Fuck that.
Yeah, be a warlock for a like a nature spirit.
That's
It's
I can't
it's.
say my response. You want to hear a joke, Mikey?
I hate my.
Sure.
See, I hate my brain just because as soon as I piece together like a 6'6" wizard, I'm just picturing Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, you guys!
Hey.
Fireball.
Yeah, they were like 7 feet, still fucking in shape, gray skin, hairless, and then you just got a little pointy wizard hat.
Hold up, how about this? You're not dressed like a wizard at all. You have the full leather battle jacket, the jean shorts, the combat boots.
Yeah, definitely not dressed like one.
I cast enlarge on myself, doubles in size, proceeds to beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah,
Elbow draw.
the Goliath wizard is hilarious because for the lore of D&D and Goliath, they're not historically casters of sorts. Or
You
smart.
guys have fought Goliath casters. Anyways, yeah, we're
moving
getting
on.
bogged down with shit.
Yeah, moving on. Back
All
to
right, Brandon. Brandon, you thought of one yet?
It's been really difficult for me, so I'm just gonna throw the first thing that came to mind because we were talking about isekais, and I'm like, you know what? There is this isekai that I just recently watched. It's called the Black Summoner. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay, that one's pretty good. Yeah, I've seen that one.
So I was like, I really like that intricate leveling system and how everything was going on there. I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let's go with that one.
You know what I thought you were gonna say? All right, pilot, stand by for Titanfall.
You know, can I change it?
Imagine you get isekai'd and the first thing you see is all the screens come online and you're in the cockpit and you're just like, what is happening? Predator cannon R.
Just wake up, dude. Stand by for
isekai'd
Titanfall.
also into any Gundam series ever would be tight.
Oh, that'd go kind of hard.
Dude, now I'm just picturing, especially with Legion's deep-ass voice, I wake up, good morning, pilot. Are you ready? Huh? Shit. Lock in.
Literal Skyrim. Oh, you're finally awake.
Scorch pops in, thermite cannon, warmed and ready. What the fuck?
Get the flamer.
Oh, then my Titan would have his own voice lines. Like he would have his own lines that he could say freely. Like when a tome pops up his particle wall, then you just hear this pussy.
Your pilot is Duke, or your Titan is Duke Nukem.
Yes.
If your AI pilot for your Titan was Duke fucking Nukem.
And you had the minigun.
And you had the minigun. Ah, that'd
Before
be
the
pretty
minigun
legit.
rips, you just hear, and I'm all out of gum.
They're outnumbered. We have more bullets.
It's a shame that one that came out like 10 years ago did so poorly.
It was dog shit.
It was so bad.
It was a
That's
cash
fucking-
grab. A shameless cash grab.
That's what I'm saying.
It was cash grab, and they thought, it's Duke Nukem. He's going to sell out anyway.
He did. He sold out.
These gamers are mindless. They'll just buy it.
Now, if you give me a Twisted Metal HD remake, I might just mindlessly buy that because it's worth it.
No, my wants a Star Fox remake.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. My only problem is of a Star Fox remake is they might make it too easy for the younger audience to try and get them into the series. And the obscene amount of furry bullshit that would clog my news feed for the next 10 days because
I don't see
everybody would
the
be losing
issue.
their mind.
I'm okay with it.
Bro, it would clog your newsfeed for the rest of your existence because you won't stop playing that fucking game.
Yeah, like you like Starfix, you might also like this. Whoa, get that off my feed. None of that. None of that.
I
outta here.
don't see the issue here.
Nope.
I'm sure you'd see. I'm sure you don't.
You
I'm
know,
sure you
that's
don't.
the isekai you belong in, Star Fox.
Star Fox.
I'd
That's
be
where
okay
Brandon
with that
belongs.
too.
Oh my god, can you imagine Brandon in an R-Wing? This fool would be coming in hot, just laying hate on giant space robots. Be an alright pilot.
But
Just be like, all right, Fox, I'm taking over now. This is my
Well,
shit.
you're pretty tall too. I think it'd be hilarious if you crash land, they come to like capture you. You're just kicking the shit out of them because you're 2 feet taller than all the other characters.
Is that just land on a planet of toddlers? Get out of here.
we need them alive, boys. And you're just sitting on the pig. Bah, bah, bah.
Think about it, you got a fox, a toad, a rabbit, and a falcon. All not too big, and they fit in with their fucking R-Wing. Then you got this big fucking Komodo lizard over here.
Pops out of the landmaster 2 feet taller than everybody else. Let's do this.
Actively
he
has
starts
an
like
size
he's struggling to get out of it. He's just like, one moment, tight fit.
How the fuck does anybody pilot these farm bitches?
What movie was that? Someone was trying to get out, so they just kicked the fucking door off of it. That was a thing recently.
I don't know.
That's probably something that
idea.
happened many times.
Yeah.
But
just saw
ladies and
that.
germs, it is time for us to exit. It is time for us to go. It is time to end because you know what time it is. It is outro time. We made it. We made it to the end of another episode of the NoSkill podcast. This one was a fun one. We got to harp on Jake Paul for a little bit. We got to big up Mike Tyson, and then we got to talk about anime, some of the favorite things that we do like talking about around here. But thank you very much for joining us. Once again, I want to know one more time down below your favorite video game OST. Leave that down. Tell me. I want to know so that I can make fun of it or agree with you. But one more time, going around with the boys, something you want to say to Jake Paul before he steps into the ring with Mike Tyson, starting with you, Green.
Goodbye, dumb bitch.
Well said. Very well said.
Elegant, to the point.
I want to say to Jake Paul.
Yeah, give him some advice.
Buy a casket. I don't know. That's the best thing I can say.
Keep your guard up.
Yeah, that's better advice. Hold your fucking guard. Like this isn't a Rocky
Use
movie.
footwork.
All right, and then Mando. Something you want to say to Jake?
Guess, yeah, start making those funeral arrangements. You know, get those out of the way before you go in the ring.
Something I'd like to say to Jake. Hopefully, you have your last will and testament all sorted. Keep your hands up, keep your guard up. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. You lost to a pretty boy, and now you're taking on a machine. I don't think this is gonna end well for you. At least I hope it doesn't end well for you. Was that out of malice? Maybe just a little bit. You. Anything you want to say to Jake Paul?
Can I sell the teeth you're gonna use on Amazon?
Fuck yeah. You make bank, dude.
This is his molar that is going to be auctioned off for $5,000.
Oh, dude, you can go more. You can get a lot more. 10K easily.
You could sell that for a lot.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging out with us. I just want to let you know, just a little bit of a heads up that down below, there's some buttons in the comment section, and I highly suggest you do whatever you want to with them. Thank you one more time, Table, for joining us. Clap, clap, clap. And we will see you guys in the next one.